I want to bring in John Fishwick, an attorney who is always a wealth of knowledge on these big cases. John, I appreciate you being here, jumping on real quick. So I'm reading some of what Judge Cannon has said. She said the court need not address the proper remedy for the funding violation given the dismissal on appointing clause grounds. What does that mean for this case now dismissed? What's the next step here?
Well, Marni, it is a stunning decision, but this has always been kind of a sleeper issue on the appointment of Jack Smith as special counsel. And Judge Cannon looked at this very carefully. He's not a confirmed by the Senate appointment, and the funding has always been questions about the supervision. So this is a stunning decision, but also remember, Justice Thomas at the Supreme Court has been very interested in this issue. He's raised the issue. He thought it was unconstitutional. So I think Judge Cannon saw a little legal hook out there from him, looked at this closely, and made a stunning decision. Can Jack Smith regroup or Merrick Garland regroup? Jack Smith can't. Can they bring in the U.S. attorney from Florida to try to bring this case? It certainly kneecaps the case. Is there some way for him to recover? I'm sure he's looking at that. He will appeal this decision, obviously, immediately, and ask for an expedited appeal. But I expect this decision to go to the United States Supreme Court, and so that will take some length of time.
And at all, should we be curious about the timing of this before the RNC and after the events of the weekend?
Well, I do think, what happened with the attempted assassination is going to affect all these prosecutions. It makes them look, small by comparison. The former president came within an inch of losing his life. And so I think the legal world has to take notice of that. They can't work in a vacuum. Judge Cannon's been interested in this issue. She probably thought now's the appropriate time to do this. Let's move this case off the docket. That's what she has done. There will be lengthy appeals, and so that'll be probably the pathway that Jack Smith chooses. But that's going to take some period of time. And because Justice Thomas is interested in this issue, it will definitely make its way all the way to the United States Supreme Court.
I don't want to get too far in the weeds here, John, but I'm curious about the statement that the case was dismissed because Special Counsel Smith's appointment violates the Appointments Clause. What does that mean exactly?
Yeah, so what that means, Marni, I'm a former United States attorney. I was confirmed by the United States Senate, appointed by the president, and confirmed by the Senate, and I was appointed appropriately as a United States attorney. What Judge Cannon is saying, Jack Smith was not approved by the Senate, was not appointed by the Senate, and therefore he was not appropriately appointed like the Attorney General, like a U.S. attorney. You brought this lawyer in. You didn't follow what the Constitution says. You had to have somebody who was confirmed by the Senate and appointed by the president. What Judge Cannon is saying is Jack Smith was not that. He was a special high-powered lawyer who was brought in, but he didn't check all those boxes. Therefore, his appointment was illegal.
Okay, so I understand that. Then why now are we just learning that and the decision being made this far down the road?
Yeah, it's stunning that it comes this late. This issue really wasn't raised until later in the proceedings. I think it really started when Clarence Thomas, raised this during the oral argument on the immunity issue. He raised it there. He raised it in the opinion. He wrote an opinion, a concurrent opinion, where he raised this issue. I think Judge Cannon saw that. I think the Trump legal team saw that, and they pushed this much more. It was viewed as not a very strong argument. Other judges had rejected it. It had been rejected in the D.C. Case with Judge Chutkan. It had been rejected in the Hunter Biden case. His lawyers raised that the special counsel Weiss was not properly appointed. Other judges have rejected this, but what that means for the Supreme Court is they've got a split of authority out there. One judge going one way, another judge going another way. They'll definitely take this case, but it'll take time. It is unusual that it's this late. Usually these issues are raised right out of the chute and decided quickly one way or another. This happens late. But as a result, the case is dismissed.
Right. It seems like appointments would be part of the early checks and balances. So the options for the DOJ, John, at this point are what?
I think the number one option, Marni, will be they'll appeal this decision. They'll ask for an expedited appeal to the 11th Circuit to get them to decide it, and then they'll want to get to the Supreme Court because they're going to take this issue, I predict. They could try to kind of regroup and appoint a U.S. attorney who was approved by the Senate and appointed by the president, but I don't think they'll take that position. They're going to take the position that he was properly appointed. They don't have to bring somebody else in. They'll appeal this decision, but that's going to take some period of time. Even in my business, expedited is not fast.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.